here.
Okay, so what we're doing here is because I do not have a drain in the floor, so we can't get the water out.
You see, this is just a little cheap.
Oh, okay. So this is just a little pump.
Yeah, it costs less than $10 at Harbor Freight.
So I couldn't get the anode rod bolt off because I was afraid to keep hitting it with a mallet and pulling. But Wayne obviously got it off.
And it was not easy.
And it was not easy, and we should have filmed that.
What I suggest, two of us bear hugging a
yeah,
hot
I
water heater.
bear hugs the water tank while Wayne
But I would
got the
suggest
bolt.
for you now, every year, back it out a couple turns and put it back in.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Every year or so, whatever, it's a year and a half. It'll come out a lot easier then, and then just put it right back in. It'll keep that corrosion from building up and locking
keep
it
the
like
seal
that
from
way. As long as this hose,
Let's get a nice closer look.
I put the top in here, and as long as the bottom of this hose stays above this one, it'll just siphon now. I don't even have to pump it.
Say that again, the bottom of...
Okay, I put this hose in, right?
Okay.
And it goes down to about here, roughly about the middle.
Okay.
So as long as the end of this hose is below that, it creates a siphon.
Okay.
So once I pump it a couple times, it'll just come out the rest on its own. Because now I'm not pumping it, it's just coming right out. And it comes out a little faster when I pump, but I don't want to make a mess. These hoses, you can see it's moving, they tend to jump around. And we're pushing our luck with water today, so I want to keep testing it.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm getting the rod here.
And actually, we didn't do that bad with water. We're just lucky you had towels here to clean it up.
Always have towels.
Especially if you're playing with water heaters.
Soccer.
I will tell you, you did the right thing. You got in her, with her hot water heater here, where the anode comes out, she's got stairs up above it. I had to bend the old one when I was taking it out, which is no big deal, but that means you won't get a straight one in there. She got a 4-piece anode it's all strung together, and you just drop it in, and you can finagle it in under the stairs. That was a good move.
Might as well show the old one. So I don't know if you can see this. Okay, so here's the old one. Actually, I personally don't think this is that bad for 7 years.
No, it's not.
And we have very hard water here. So here's a little note to doing things you don't know how to do. If you do it with someone,
then you both don't know how to do it.
It's not as painful, scary, anxiety producing, and then it can even be a little funny when you soak your basement.
Only the real advantage, and hopefully that's what you get from this, is that there's no need to be scared of all of this. It's, you know, you get to learn how far can you push the envelope.
Right,
You know how far you could go. You'd have your son holding the, well, actually you could have held the thing and had him turn it, or vice versa.
I was afraid to keep turning that bolt for the anode rod because I was just afraid I was going to strip
Well, you needed the 6-point, that's a 6-point socket like this. It's got 6 points on it. Most of them are 12 points, and that'll strip the bolt out, and you'll never get it out.
So that's what I was using, and the 12 point, and that's why I stopped.
Well, at least you stopped, because you stopped. I had a little bit of trouble getting it on there, but then it went on, so you did well with that. This is a little bit faster than letting it go.
So let's see the speed when you just don't pump it. Okay. Okay, so it does come out.
Oh yeah, it does come out. It's just a little quicker this way. And we got a lot of water to empty. Glad you don't have an 80-gallon tank.
Yeah, this is a 40-gallon tank. So, why do you have to empty it anyway?
Because we got to pull that out.
Okay, we're emptying it now to change that element.
It's a lower element, yeah.
But why does everybody empty their water tank? Why do they say empty it once a year?
If you go once a year, you can, like, if you're getting this, the hard calcium deposits or whatever, these little white chunks in there, the first year they'll be small. So if you drain it, you'll flush most of them out.
Okay, that's it then.
Okay, hold on, let me pick this one up. Tell me when it stops.
Okay. There we go. Getting my exercise today.
Hot water heater element kit. It comes with 2 thermostats and 2 heater elements. This kit she got came with a 6-point socket too.
Yes.
make myself useful while you're gone.
Yeah, I can link that anode rod with the socket in the video. Because I had ordered one before, it did not come with the socket. So that was...
Well, yeah, I didn't see that in any of the...
That you have to have a drain below.
Your drain for the water tank has to be below the outlet for the thing, for the hot water heater. Unfortunately, Alice doesn't have one.
So other people must also not have
There's
one.
gotta be, I'm sure.
So that we can title this video, yeah. Also for people who don't have a floor drain, how do you get
I'm
water
sure
out?
there must be other people. I've never run across it, but I'm sure there has to be. Well, you know, somebody, if they've had a dry basement for a long time, people tend to close those holes up.
Oh.
And, you know, a lot of people put a hot water heater in and never flush it, not until the day it's got to go.
Yeah, on the floor.
We put this in for her about 7 years ago. Still good. Works fine. Just we're changing the element basically because there's a gasket on it that's leaking. If we could have just gotten the gasket, we could have just put that on.
Okay.
I stepped out so the people wouldn't see me pull out a calculator. Because I was having a hard time. I can echoey sound. But you get down here, it's just that's where water is. So we manage without headlamps. You're real close. Rich, I'd say pump it up a little more, but you're real close.
So I'm not like pumping air in the tank or anything, am I? No.
We're filling it. It's getting air in that way. It's just a giant tank, and the air's coming in through.
That's probably a pretty stupid question.
Well, no, I understand what you're thinking. I've had things too when I didn't understand how they work, especially like with cars. I do a lot of my own work, and sometimes I just totally am looking for the wrong solution. You know, I'm thinking it operates a different way. You want to get that up as straight as possible to allow all the water to flow down and out here.
Okay, okay.
So ultimately, you want to point that part up to the sky.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, okay. And you want to pull that out. Okay, so now
There you
that's
go.
empty. Okay. Now we're going to empty the bucket.
You sure you want me to get this one out?
How do you know you're getting to the ends of it? Is it?
Well, you would stop somewhere along, but right here, all the way down here.
There's still water in there.
No,
But is this hose long enough to be touching the water down
you have
there?
to pull it out and check it. I think so, because this one's all the way down to the bottom, and these two hoses were the same size. This hose is down to just about the bottom of the bucket.
But this one is going...
Here.
Okay.
Let's hold it on a second. That one gets down that low.
Okay. Oh, no, this is the exact same size?
Yes.
Okay.
And you got that one actually going deeper because it's closer to the hole, so.
Okay. Now something's weird. It's like nothing's happening.
That means you're out of the water. Push it closer to the hole, you might get some.
Okay. No, nothing's happening.
I think you're.
Is it possible?
Huh?
Is it possible we got to the rest of the water?
Oh, I think so, unless it's getting suction. No, hear it? That sounds like you're out of the water now. Here, do that sound.
But look, it's as far down as it can go.
Okay. Well, what could happen, as far down as it could go, it could be coming around like that too.
Okay.
Two things will happen. When it was acting funny, it could have been stuck on the bottom like that, and you'll feel the hose collapsing in your hand.
Okay. Oh my God. Oh no.
Okay. Remember, we don't stress. We don't freak out. We get it. Yeah, we'll get it. Okay.
Well, let me dump this so that we can. Should I dump this?
Yeah, go right ahead. I'm going to just start getting this ready, and I'll show you what we're going to do a little bit. That's okay, we got it. Now, what I like to do, now you're sure the electric's off to this, right?
Well, I'm sure that I checked the electric off, but how do I know they coded it right?
Here, I can tell real quick.
This says 1920, but maybe they made a mistake.
Well, is that a double? Yeah, it's a double. That's the main thing. As long as it's a double, that's your dryer. That should be it. I didn't bring a picture so you don't forget. That way you know where the blue one's on the top right, but you just.
Oh, okay.
You want to get your.
But how do you know which is the top when you twist this?
I'll look at one of those when we get it. There's got to be some marking or something on it that tells us what it is. It says R. Is that what that says? No. Okay. The yellow goes to the one with the timer on it, Whatever, yeah, it is an R, I think, but where the timers with it, let me see one of the new ones. You want to get one out, please? Okay, there's a symbol here that looks like the symbol here, so this would be the blue wire here.
Why don't they do like red so you know which is the live wire?
Chances are this white wire. White wire is usually
that's yellow.
Well, I think it used to be white. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
So that's the hot wire, the white one?
Usually, yeah.
Usually?
Well, it depends. Like when I would work at some of the wires and get them out of the way. And then I'm going to show you how we take off the...
What happened?
Not, I just dropped the ball. I didn't want to lose it. We don't need it.
Okay.
Go ahead. What's your question?
How did you determine how we're going to put it back on the right way when we started this? Remember?
There's a little symbol right here across from the screw.
Okay.
And then over here, this one has, they each have a symbol on this one. The other one does not, but it has a symbol similar to this one here. And
so you're going to match that up from
match them up.
Where's the
I don't think it's as important on this if we were changing the thermostat too.
Okay. All right, so now you just took off the blue wire, which
blue wire.
Isn't the blue the ground?
This green is actually a ground. One of these is going to be hot and one of them is going to be neutral. I would assume. See, the other reason why these could be different, they're coming from the thermostat. It's not like it's not like home electric wiring, like what you would have in the walls. They can run any colors they want.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it's probably on the inside of your plate. They may have a wiring diagram telling you which one is which.
Oh.
We'll
okay.
take it. Right now, I've got the blue wire here out of the way. I try and keep them off to the side so I don't lose them in the mess somewhere.
Make sure your power's off. I'm going to scroll
Well,
back
I've got it off. Yeah. So power off is a...
And this little... What is this called?
This is a whole set of element sockets made for hot water heaters. I happen to have a spare one I'm going to give you. I must have been somewhere one day without these, and I bought this one. So I have a pin for this, but you can always use a screwdriver for yours. I'll just put it in. Oh. It's just going to be tough on us. See, this here is what we're trying to spin, this little silver piece. I got to turn around. I can't put pressure with my right elbow.
Try it?
Well, let me see if I can. I'll give it a shot this way. I can put pressure down. I can't put pressure forward with it. Actually, see if you can hold that in there. You push forward, I'll push down.
Okay, what do you mean?
Where's your mallet? Oh. Right there. Can I try that? Maybe that'll give us what we need. But the next size down is too small.
It seems like it's moving though. All right.
Feel for it so you can see what it's like until we figure it out. Now I'm going to figure out what we're going to use to get that out of there.
Okay, I see.
So you can see how it works.
Yeah, so but maybe if we
but it
can
keeps
this
jumping off when I try and turn.
on, is that foam, that this insulation is keeping it from hooking on the bottom? And it's
Well,
not,
see, the problem is they're a real cheap setup. Like that's like not a quality socket, but that's how they're supposed to be for these things.
okay, it's on there tightly now because the foam was keeping it from hooking, but so now it's on tightly.
Let me help you hold it. All right. It should be there now. You might have gotten it.
No?
No, I don't think so. Son of a gun, it felt like you moved it. Yeah. Look at this.
Wait. Oh, holy crap! Woo! Oh my god! That's awesome!
Yeah.
I used my weight.
Well, I was just trying to hold it in so you had all the leverage there. the bucket back.
Okay.
All right, actually, let's change places so that I can be here if I got to put this thing back in.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this couldn't have been any more perfect, this thing. The only problem is, I don't know if we're going to be low enough in the bucket.
So, let me just go like this.
Okay. I need you to hold the bucket. I want to keep it so that this thing is angled down some.
So the goal is not just to avoid water on the basement floor, but avoid the water going down into the tank, right? Or down into the outside of the tank, like between the tank and the cover?
Well, I thought we were lowering the water, so I didn't think you would have water coming out here. And I think the biggest thing to avoid is losing the hose in the hot water.
Seriously, like, oh, we're not going to be able to find that hose?
I'll get that hose out.
You think so? How?
Can't leave it in there.
How the hell are you going to get it out?
You're not coming out. You're dripping out the bottom now.
Okay, that's all right. So that's minor.
I'll get that. Oop.
It's still coming out though.
All right. Oh shoot! I forgot that was my job.
But wait, don't we have to go in there to look for the hose?
Yeah. What we have to do is we got to empty this and then do it again until we get all that water out. Unless you want to just empty it into the.
Well, why do we have to empty this? We can't just
because
when we
it's
turn
so
it.
low it spills back out.
Okay.
Now, I think this is better because if we otherwise we'd be all the way back there with it and it doesn't fit in there. This thing fits in there almost perfectly. I can feel a lot of corrosion on the heating element. I think that's it. Uh-oh. Okay.
Wow.
It's bad, but it's not that bad because you can still see the copper color. No.
Okay.
No, it's not
So,
bad.
okay, here's what the heating element looks like. Okay. And let's just show them this piece used as, what would you call this? Because it was
a gutter.
Okay, a gutter. Yeah. So this is that plastic stuff. I forgot what you call it.
Do you have needle nose?
No.
I will make your day.
I don't have a needle nose plier. I broke it.
Don't. Okay, you can look. Don't touch.
Okay. Oh my God. Wow. Wait. Holy
I'm
crap.
going to get it. I might have upset my plumbing bucket.
So why don't touch?
Huh?
Why don't touch?
I don't want you to push it in and lose it.
Oh, okay. All right. The hose is right
Oh
there. Holy Alice luck. This is Wayne luck. If it was up to Alice, that hose would be swimming somewhere else. So, old elements, new element. Although, honestly, if I was doing this myself, I would have been terrified to take those electric wires off. I don't know why Wayne was not nervous at all. And the little symbols, I don't know if you can see it in the camera on the old one, are different than the symbols on the new one.
But it doesn't quite. I don't care about the hose. I got my old hoses I can use.
Try this. Oh, wow! We did it again.
And we didn't even destroy the hose.
Holy crap. That's awesome. Okay.
Now, come here for a minute.
Okay.
That's the one. So that's where the blue wire is going to go. Right to
Wait,
this
how
one.
do you know the blue wire goes where the little circle is?
Because there's a similar, wherever we put the old one, there's a similar marking on that one. Here's the hardest thing. Is you got to kind of hold it up so it gets started. Like it wants to go in this way, and you can't do that, obviously.
And how tight are you going to make it? Like,
As tight as we can get it with that thing. But we're not going to go crazy with it. Where did we put that one? You don't have to go real tight. That was hard to get off because there's just some corrosion and such. I mean, I'll still go.
you're doing pretty tight.
Yeah. Well,
Enough
I don't want it to leak either. Where's our blue wire go? Right there.
It's in the right spot?
Yep.
So the blue one
the
goes...
blue one was up here before, but now it's here. That's all. That's fine. It would just be a half turn less if it was.
Oh, okay. You need a Phillips head now?
Your Phillips. Oh, that's mine, huh?
This was the big one. Did that work?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna get this. Oh, there's this thing. You have a little flat spot on here to hold it in place. See it right there? So once you get this in like that, go ahead, crank it down. Yep. With electrical connections, you always want to go as hard as you can get them. Let's see. Hold on. This thing moving on. No, all right, you're doing good. Go ahead. So I'm gonna miss that and hit my finger. Okay, you're there.
Okay.
Nice. With electrical connections, you know when they talk about house fires and things like that?
Yeah.
That's why I'll just take a double check here. It's loose wires. When wires are not tight, it creates heat from the electricity transfer there, and that's how you get house fires. Go ahead. There. You can probably get more torque than me anyway.
I think you got more.
Well, I'm sitting in it. You're going across your body that way. You're probably more you're right-handed or left-handed.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
and I was
you're
using my
naturally
left hand.
you're
Yeah.
naturally going to be stronger this way.
Duh. It's like moved over.
Okay, that's those two. We didn't
Alright.
take anything else off there, right?
No.
Yeah, because this is your ground. I don't know if I told you that before.
Yeah.
We talk about it. Your thermostat's up in here if you ever wanted to change
So
that.
this came with the thermostat,
Mhm,
right?
Came with the thermostats.
Which, where's that thing? Okay. So that's
Don't lose that one. That's your other.
okay. So this came with the thermostat, but how do you know if you need to pop it off the top?
Take this off. This unclips up here. You take it off, and then you'll see where it's. Just do like I did with that one and take a picture of it.
Okay.
So you can make sure you match your wires to your wires. You have it set at. Looks like about 140 degrees, 130 degrees. I can't see the little numbers in there. It's 125 is where the first set of black letters is.
Okay.
Is the water hot enough for you?
Yeah.
Okay. If you ever needed to, you take this screw right there, that silver one, and turn it counterclockwise.
Okay.
And,
And
it'll
that'll
get hotter.
that little white arrow.
Yes,
Is the
that
temperature.
way. Yep.
Okay.
You have one for each of these, and you can increase the heat. So.
Oh, yes. A thermostat on each one of the elements.
Yep. And then if you increase it, you increase the heat, then you have to use less hot water, and you can use more. You can save your hot. You're here yourself, so you probably don't run out of hot water often.
No.
Situation where you could turn up the hot water, so you'd be mixing in more cold water and less hot water, and make it last longer.
Oh, okay. But then it would be a chance of burn, so that's why you don't do that.
Well, no, I keep mine. Mine goes to the point where it says this is not safe for elderly people. It really does say that. It can scalding hazard.
Okay. So it was leaking out of here.
Part of the gasket is missing.
So this is what indicated to me that there was a problem. This water line. So this seal was leaking. See what I'm doing here?
When you put this on, if you look at the nut this way, you want to go on clockwise. And you just want to fill the threads up with it pretty good. I have like 4 or 5 or 6 wraps there. And you just pull it apart like that. You see what we got there? Just the Teflon tape just helps fill in whenever you have a metal on metal. Because see, this one doesn't have a gasket. I don't think there's one up here. There isn't. This creates your seal here. That's what that does. Now with this type, oh, this is so nice. Just start it in the hole. Drop each piece in. It's too tall.
All right. Damn, Wayne.
Stop that. They were so sure that something was wrong. And it was just a saying I had. So then if I wanted to torment them, I'd just say, oh no. You want to get a feel for this in a minute? I just want to make sure I have it started right. That's all you want to do with it.
Yeah.
Hold this, I don't know if you know, but you hold this so it stays on there, on the nut, like
Okay.
doesn't twitch off. And just pull it, it's set, just pull it back and forth. It's got the ratchet set on it.
And now, how tight do we want this to be?
It's very as tight as we can get it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like, but you said loosen it once a year.
Yeah. You still want to loosen it because you don't want that corrosion. What you want to do is break free that corrosion before it becomes too much corrosion. That's what we had a hard problem with. We didn't have a hard time because it was too tight. We had a hard time. You'll be able to get it tight enough.
Well, now
Once you feel good, you should be fine. And we'll be able to check before I go anywhere because we'll stay and fill this up.
Well, now the tank's empty, so therefore it's moving a lot.
This way you'll be able to get that off in the future. What is this? I'm leaving you this one so you have one.